Hello out there, guys. Hope you're doing really well. Today I'm back with another video, and we've got another really special guest to talk about the wonderful patches that I've been speaking about. These are the X39s and the glutathione. Basically, what I wanted to do is get someone on who's had direct experience with the patches in terms of how they have improved health and really reversed a lot of pretty serious things, being honest about it. So I'm going to just sit back and really let Pete do the talking here. So Pete, welcome to the podcast and thanks for coming on. And please, you have the floor to tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
Carmen personally, so I thank you and for the opportunity to sit down with you and just want to say hello to your audience and got familiarized with your channel, went through it, and just got to say thumbs up, Tony. Amazing job. So, well, my name is Pete Redekop. I am originally from Canada and living down in Playa del Carmen. I'm going to go into my story a little bit about Lifewave, and I just want, for those of you that are on Tony's show here, maybe grab a pen, paper, or get your phone out, get some notes, and you take a few notes, because there might be some things that you will catch from this presentation that will really help you, not just short term, but long term as well. Now, myself, working self-employed my whole life, I was in prime shape in my mid-40s in Canada, working in my organic vegetable garden, and all of a sudden I had a stroke with zero notice, zero warning, health guru, and it changed the course of my life. So what happened is, from Canada, and I'm going to fast forward, I decided to move to a tropical destination. I moved to Belize, Central America. Sponsor, Kai Jacobson. He is just an amazing. And he kept talking to me about these stem cell patches. And Pete, you got to try these stem cell patches for your stroke and for the symptoms and what you've had. And I dismissed him, ladies and gentlemen. I dismissed him for 2 years. We stayed really good friends. But what happened is I wasn't tuned into that frequency. I was busy with going on. We're all busy. We all got something going on. And finally, March 2020, during the lockdowns, during the have to go home, got to go quarantine, COVID was starting. So I went back home, quarantined for 2 weeks. Well, it's no fun. It's kind of boring. And in that 2-week period, you know what? I decided, you know what? The results that I have had with this stem cell patch, and I'm going to reverse a little bit now. I'm going to go back to March of 2020 when I started with this amazing product right here, the that Tony's been talking about, X39, the affordable breakthrough in stem cell technology, wearable technology. So I had dismissed it as a Band-Aid for 2 years and never looked at one clinical study, one clinical trial. So finally, I was tuned into the frequency and I looked at this and I looked at the patents. And I said, oh my goodness, I have been blind. I have been foolish not trying this. Now, I was at the lowest point in my life from my stroke, because what happened was inflammation, RA count, arthritis count off the charts. And the symptoms that I had that came along with the pharmaceuticals that I had taken had dropped me to a low that was so low, no human wants to go there. I couldn't start up my own vehicle. I couldn't open a water bottle, take the cap off it. I couldn't open a can with a can opener. I couldn't pull an ATM card out of a machine because I have zero dexterity. The fingers wouldn't even close. I hadn't been able to bend my wrist in years. And I had zero thumb movement, and I mean zero dexterity, and you need dexterity to do anything. When I started to use this stem cell patch, and I'll tell you right now, it was not overnight. It was gradual. I started taking it, drinking the water, and I started realizing, wow, I have a much better sleep. I was able to get off Zopicol and different things that I was taking for sleep medication. I was able to get off of the anti-inflammatories because I was seeing this all disappear, the inflammation, the fingers were straightening out. All this stuff started happening, but it wasn't immediate. It was gradually over the course of 60 days. All this stuff started happening. And then I got on a Zoom call like this one with a real champion. His name is Dr. Nicholas, and he talked to me about glutathione and why I should try glutathione, the master antioxidant, and if I had tried it yet. And I said, no, I hadn't yet. I've tried Eon, the anti-inflammatory, which did miracles for my pain, and I mean miracles. And then the glutathione, day 60 to day 90 of my journey in Lifewave and using the patches, my whole world turned around after doing that glutathione session. Because when you understand the master antioxidant and what glutathione does and how it detoxifies your body, and it elevates your glutathione levels in your blood by 300% after 24 hours of use. Yes, you heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. After 24 hours of use, your glutathione levels are elevated by 300%. I could not believe that at first, but I read the double-blind placebo clinical trial, and there's many, many of them in Lifewave. And the fact that the patches are 100% patented. I had the privilege of meeting David Schmidt, the owner of Lifewave, and I knew immediately, even though I had rejected the idea of ever speaking to anyone about the product, I said up front, I am so busy, I don't have time, right? We all have something in our lives that distract us, keep us busy, and we're focused on, and that's fine. But you know what? My motto has always been health before wealth. You can accumulate all the wealth in the world, and I was busy with all these things, and everybody's got their thing, and I had no time. But yet I found out that I would give up all of my to get back to my health again, right? So that's where I was. And when I saw the results firsthand, and seen like behind for sleeping, rapid eye movement, sleep. I mean, I had a sleeping disorder that was so severe, and I was nervous, and I had just anxiety attacks at times. Certain things that I knew my health was not spot on. I needed, and when I started using these patches, oh my goodness, my whole world changed. And that's the message that I want to convey and that I want to help. And I know Tony's gotten introduced to Lifewave, and I just love this man, and I love his style and how he shares with his audience, interacts with his audience. And I know there are so many, many people in your network, Tony, that could so benefit from the message here. Not a sales push, nothing pressure. It's just try it. It's 100% money back guaranteed. Start with X39, activate your own stem cells by activating a specific copper peptide inside your body. And when you activate that copper peptide, it's light therapy. It's photobiomodulation therapy. What that does is non-transdermally activate that copper peptide. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do not see a difference in 30 days on these patches, guess what? One phone call to the company, and this is their policy, Lifewave. One call, say it didn't work for me. There's no questions asked, money back guarantee policy. I love that about Lifewave. So there's zero pressure to try the product, but give it a fair chance is all I'm going to say. Tony is sharing it with his audience, and I'm here to just share my story. And Tony, if you have any further questions, anything you want me to elaborate on a little deeper, I want to be very respectful of your time that you've granted me here today. So feel free to ask any additional questions to your audience. And I want to thank you, Tony.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's crazy to me, as I shared in a couple of videos before. I almost feel like these products found me, because I was really at a time just questioning our longevity, how long they tell us that we can live for. And I always thought that was BS, and just really in my mind searching or thinking about, how we can extend life. And then, of course, I started thinking about stem cell therapy, but I wasn't sure about that, because now everyone's been they've taken the jib, as I refer to it on this channel. You don't know what you're getting. And also it's like $40,000. It's not accessible for people to do that. But deep down, I kind of felt that there must be other ways. And as the universe would have it, then I met Pete here, another Pete, and he's like, oh, have you heard about these? As we were having a conversation about stem cell therapy. So a lot of my life is around synchronicities and serendipities. And I think when you're in that flow, you start to realize and recognize signs. And I do feel like, you know, they did land on my table, proverbial table, so to speak. And I've been using them for a couple of months now. I wasn't sick like you were, so I don't have the same sort of story, but I have noticed an increase in recovery time after exercise. My skin looks clearer, like it seems like it's tightening up as well. So I don't know, maybe my viewers can be the judge of that. But what I wanted to ask you is about your lovely partner who I met the other day as well when we were having a coffee. And I wanted to just ask you about the differences that she has experienced, that she shared with us. If you wouldn't mind just sharing that with the audience as well.
Absolutely, Tony. And you know what? This is an interesting story. She's from the Philippines, and we got her here to Mexico. And of course, you met her. And I'm going to ask her just to come in front of the camera here very briefly a little bit and put her right on the spot. I believe in just sharing right from the heart, genuine, unscripted. So Hanna is her name. I'm going to ask her to come over here beside me and take center stage here, sweetheart, and just share a little bit about your experience with Tony's audience, you being an English math school teacher in the Philippines of 30 years, and maybe share the story of your vision, sweetheart, and what you experienced with Lifewave since you've been here for 2 years as well.
Before I use the X39, I really cannot read anymore without using eyeglasses. Said the message from the cell phone, so I really cannot read that anymore. And then working with my work, doing my work in the laptop, I cannot do that unless I will wear my eyeglasses. So after some times of using not even at least 8 days, I think, of using the X39 at the time, I even not noticed that I am not anymore wearing any eyeglasses when I read something or when I do my work. So it's like I discovered that my vision keep improving as I continuously use the X39.
And I kept asking her, where are your glasses? I was used to her. We were always on WhatsApp calls. We've been together for 4.5 years. We never missed a day of communication. Even though she was in the Philippines, I was here. And all of a sudden I noticed no more glasses on her. And then, what's up with the no glasses, Hanna? My vision, she kept saying, my vision is so much better. I mean, I can hold my phone here like this. I got glasses on. I can hardly read the print, and she'll read it upside down across the table, and she'll read the message clearly without her glasses. And I'm like, wow. And we're the same age. You'd never tell that though, right? But she's had amazing results with the patch as well. And we're just really committed to the project, to the people, and it's been life-changing for both of us. So
sure.
Anything else you want to share, Hanna?
I've got another question for Hanna. You shared with me a picture of was it your grandmother or an older lady in the Philippines? And you said that she couldn't walk, and you showed me a video of her dancing.
I have a co-teacher. Her mother was before. She can hardly walk without the stick that she has to handle before, so that she can walk. But then after some time of using X39, but that is not just using for a while. She continuously use it. Then as of now, she is so healthy that she can dance with her grandchildren. She can sing. She can go anywhere.
And I saw her dancing on the video.
Yes.
No cane anymore.
Yes,
no cane.
No cane anymore. So, but then it's not just using for a while. She continuously use the X39 for her stem cell activation, and the result is very good. And she looks more younger than a year before she used that X39, younger now compared before.
Yeah.
You see, Tony, one additional thing that I want to add into this is my personal experience after 2 years. It was 2 years ago that I put the first stem cell patch on me, and Lifewave has grown 300% a year for the last 3 years since they introduced X39 stem cell activation. Now, here's an honest statement that I can make for your audience, that my personal biological clock has been reversed by 20 years after 2 years of using this product every day, 16 hours on, 8 hours off, and drink lots of water. I'm 55, but I feel like a 35-year-old. We both do, because of the stem cell activation. When you activate that copper peptide inside your body, oh my goodness, non-transdermally, light therapy has always been known by the Egyptians, by ancient scientists. I mean, they've always known the secret to light. This is light therapy that's going to do some magic for you, but you know what? In a special way. And my message is stick with it for at least 90 days. Give it a minimum 90-day window. Something new will reveal itself to your body. Your body will speak to you every day, every week. Something new will transpire and happen. And you'll be so thankful that you started. So again, Tony, back to you. If you have any additional questions.
No, I just find it interesting. We were saying off air, like about how these times, you know, chaos, there's also, you know, a lot of good things happening as well. You know, we're discovering more about holistic and alternative health and, you know, new things. You know, Pete showed me the CDS stuff. Like I wasn't aware of that. The chlorine, I won't say it, chlorine and dioxide, 2 words put together. So all these things are now being unearthed and uncovered. So it seems to me like at the same rate of all this evil is being exposed and we're seeing things for what we are, also all this new stuff's coming. And I think this is just an extension of that in terms of, you know, perhaps these times that we're living in, we don't have to go down that dark road. There are new things coming out that's really going to help us not only survive but thrive and become healthier and the best versions of ourselves.
That's well said, Tony, and it ties right back to take back your rights, take back your freedoms, and health before wealth. And we're on the same page, so we just absolutely want to encourage your audience and everyone to do their own due diligence. You'll clearly do this on your time, not our time. So I wanted to say again, thank you to everyone here. Your health will thank you when you make the initial start. And that's sometimes the hardest part, is starting, making that first move.
I just got one other question, and I don't know if you know this, but in terms of the glutathione, does it help shield or clear out a lot of the stuff that's coming off the gypped people? Let's call them that.
That's a very sensitive topic, Tony. And sometimes I've listened to David Schmidt, the owner of the company, who's a brilliant scientist. I've heard him talk about this, and I don't want to get too vocal about that topic here on your channel. Yeah. But one of the things I do want to say is there are clinical studies. This inventor, David Schmidt, the scientist who used to work for the Navy SEALs, was hired by them to create the initial patch, the energy patch. He's a genius. He doesn't spend his money on yachts and mansions and homes. He spends his money on clinical trials. And he ran a clinical trial for us in regards to shedding and what's going on in our world today. And it was powerful. And I'm going to just let everyone in your audience know it's there in your back office in Lifewave.
Yeah, sure. Good. I think we've covered what we need to cover. Thanks for coming on as well, Hanna. A little bit of a surprise guest there as well.
Thank you.
But guys, like I say, I'll put the link in the channel, in the description. I'm always transparent and open. I do take a commission if you purchase anything. But as Pete says, there's that money back and it's so worth it. I mean, I'm really trying to get family and friends to use them, especially those people in my family that may be suffering a little bit with different illnesses and stuff. I really do think that they're fantastic. So go check them out if you want. If you don't, that's fine. But Pete and Hanna, I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your story. And I hope that you continue to thrive with the patches.
Thank you so much, Tony. And looking forward to meeting up with you again in the very near future and coming back and speaking to your audience again, if so requested. So thanks for the honor, Tony. Really appreciate you.
Thank you, Tony, for having me here also.
Thanks a lot, Hanna. Take care. Bye now.